I remember thinking back to when I left my home that morning to go to work, and I always get like a post-Labor Day depression, like summer's over, I want it to be summer forever. And I remember just feeling sort of happy that morning, like, okay, it's still beautiful, September's gorgeous, it's gonna be a great day at work. And I remember thinking after September 11th, I'll never quite be that person again. I'll never be that innocent, naive, just, gee, what a great day it's gonna be. You know, that now that this has happened, I do think it's changed everybody. Because, hey, now we're like the rest of the world. We're vulnerable, we've been attacked. Terribly frightening things have happened here in my home. So I think that I feel different. I feel changed by that. But I certainly feel that I've gotten over it. You know, it's okay. We can be attacked just like everybody else. I guess it's great that it was built. You know, it took some courage for the people to become tenants in that building. I mean, it's kind of a big symbol. Although now in retrospect, I like the World Trade Center, and architecturally I think it was interesting. At the time, I didn't have any particular connection to the World Trade Center. I didn't really care about it that much. So I don't go to that part of town very often. But when I see it, it's a lovely building, and it's nice that something has grown up in the place of that terrible destruction. I don't think I'm more hopeful. I mean, let's face it, something like that doesn't make you more hopeful. You know, it's like, wow, there's plenty of horrible, evil people out there who want to wreck things. We all have our story. You know, it's kind of like when I was growing up, you heard people talk about where they were when John F. Kennedy was shot. And everybody kind of had, like, my mother was pregnant with me, teaching school. Some kid blew into her classroom and said, the president's been shot. And she slapped him across the face. Yeah, and she's not that type of person. I always loved hearing those stories. You know, it's a terribly sad day, but it was always interesting, you know, the bus driver who pulled over and cried. So I think that now we all have our stories, and it can be kind of a bonding. It doesn't happen so much anymore, but at dinner parties, people used to be like, they'd tell their story. Like, I have a cousin who was on a hunting trip in remote Alaska, and he had a guide with him, and the guide finally said, you know, we got to go back because no planes have gone overhead for 3 days, and I think something really intense has happened. You know, so it kind of highlights interesting little bits of what our lives are like what were you doing that day, can sort of open it up. Of course, his wife was home going, God damn it, Steve, you had to be out of range of a phone and a radio. So I don't know. I think that it's an interesting thing that brings us all together. What were you doing that day? I hope it doesn't happen again. I hope Hillary can help.